All right, so this is the house I grew up in. It's really cool. So you see there's a brick in between the two garage doors. I would color a strike zone on that middle brick right there. And we'd sit in the street and we'd pitch, and that was a strike zone. It's a really exciting day for me because we're gonna go see my hometown. My kids haven't all been back there ever, so we're gonna start off going to my parents' house, my childhood home. My parents actually still live there. See any friends around, my old paper route, our old batting cage, the old Little League field, just where we used to ride our bikes, look for crawdads and play at the beach and stuff like that. So we're at the airport, and my assistant didn't book one of our 6 tickets. Now I'm handling it myself. That's why you gotta be prepared. Another wrinkle in the game, but the good news is I planned an extra half an hour of prep time because I knew something was gonna go wrong. So it's gonna be all right. We'll get one more ticket and we'll keep rolling, and we'll get there on time. All right, let's hit the tram. When I was 7 and my brother was 5, we got bused to Walnut Creek from there. So every morning there was a donut shop here, and this place was not this nice. And we get dropped off in the freezing cold every single day at 6 a.m. because my mom had to go work to pay for us to just do what we had to do. And we'd sit in the coffee shop and just get a free, let's say, glazed twist or something from the owner because she felt so bad for us poor little kids. It was so cold, she invited us in after seeing us outside for like a month or 2. I really had to grow up super fast. Having a little brother living on these streets, we'd be home by ourselves for 8-9 hours a day during the summertime. And I was 6 years old, 5 years old. So we would literally walk up and down these streets and stuff and raise ourselves. So some of that hustle comes from the fact that you have to grow up real fast without anybody helping you because you have no means. So here's Dead Man's Hill. We used to ride this as kids, ride our bikes with no helmets, and we'd race down this hill. And we call it Dead Man's Hill. And we'd race and race and race. And the first person to go down without falling off would win. All right, so this is the house I grew up in. It's really cool. So you see there's a brick in between the two garage doors. I would color a strike zone on that middle brick right there. And we'd sit in the street and we'd pitch, and that was a strike zone. So this is also when I had my first job. My brother and I started Owens Brothers Odd Jobs. We got a red wagon. We filled up with buckets and rags, and we would do 5-cent odd jobs. So we would wash your car for 5 cents, and we would clean your windows for 5 cents, and we'd take out your trash and pull your weeds. And that was our first job. I was 6, Charles was 4. And that taught us extreme hustle. And what we learned is the value of giving someone more service than what it is that you're paying for. Because we would give them a 5-cent price tag, do a great job washing their car, and they give us $5. And we're like, wow, if we just undervalue our price and give extreme great service at ages of 6 and 4, we can make it big. So that's how we afforded buying baseball cards and hanging out with kids that actually had $5. We didn't have $5. We have to work for our $5.
Even though it's slowly, I can see your plan unfolding open in front of me. My walk is far from over strolling, holding on to pieces, the reasons I feel them chosen, rendered incomplete, a trophy far from worthy. Now I know we're steady praying at the seams of these dreams to be controlled with the Holy Spirit reigning over, pleading please, but with the thoughts of this poet, my soul is off and I know it. The daily routine of incompetence, attempt to betray your silent providence. Only you know that I'm the image of
This is my brother's room, growing up. This is the view room. And still has a basketball hoop when we were growing up, many games up here. So this is our master bathroom. It's our only bathroom. Only one bathroom for the whole house. Yeah, we had to wait in line, exactly. Sometimes you're waiting a long time. This is Daddy's house when he grew up. This is the master. This is Nana B and Papa John's room.
A life worth giving. My wrist, my feet, my crown. You know that feeling when evil surrounded you. It's only found in you, absolute and accountable, accounted for by the infallible, seeming compatible. It's the story of a.
This is my room. Okay, gotta turn the other way. Now pull it. Oh, it's a lot smaller than I remember it. I used to sleep right there. Yeah. There used to be a bed right there where I used to live. I had one now, but no, not back then I didn't. Well, look, watch this. I'll show you something funny. Okay, look right here. Okay, look, see where close it is? Now watch, watch. See it slopes down? You can roll a ball and it will roll down. Because it's low right here and it's high on that side. There is nothing we can't do. If we all look like you, let me write your truth. A life worth giving. My wrist, my feet, my crown. Daily crucifixion. All right, so I'm back in Richmond, California. This is where it all began for me. This place has my heart. This place has my spirit. It does so because it really developed a lot of character. Growing up, working here, being a part of this organization, giving back and learning to have a servant's heart. So I come back here as often as I can. I give back as much as I possibly can. Every single deal we close, we contribute. We come up here with my company to throw Thanksgiving, to throw Christmas, to bring coats, do coat drives, food drives. It's not about what you make, it's about what you give. And that's what this place is all about, giving back to people that are less fortunate than you. Having my kids here is a big deal. I can teach them to give and teach them what you really should be thankful for. So this place will change your life. So this is the chapel where they have church, people walking off the street in all kind of conditions. You can't even imagine. People strung out, people high, people on drugs, people bleeding. The streets are literally outside that window is the jungle. So people come from the jungle inside just to get warm sometimes. Before you can go into that meal hall and get some food, you must come in and get chapel done first. So that's the message, right? You have to do the program before you can get a meal. So people come in bleeding, hungry, strung out, get the good news, get a meal. That's the truth. So this is the warehouse, right, where I used to work, drive trucks. People drive in here and they donate stuff, and so I'm probably 13, 14, 15 years old, hauling away people's stuff for donations and giving them tax receipts. All kinds of stuff, shoes, bedding, clothes. I mean, this would be a scary place for most adults, let alone kids. So my kids are 6 and 4, and they're in here and they walk around like it's no big deal because I expose them to this environment super early on, and it's just okay. It's okay to be around people that are different than you. It's okay to see people who have needs and who are desperate and not treat them any different than people that have things that those don't have. So, yeah, I mean, to me that's very important to keep them in this culture, immersed in this place, because you go back home, you don't get this anywhere else. So this is where kids who are homeless come with their moms, and they stay for months or a year at a time, and this is pretty much their playground. This is their normal. So as you can see, they're out here playing, different families together, playing basketball. This is their backyard. This is where they get exercise. This is all that they have. But it's better to be in here than it is to be out there. So it's actually, as tough as it looks, it's a safe haven for these kids because they're behind safe walls. This is sort of an area where no one touches because it helps the whole community out. So this is where they get it real.
But prophecy is something that I should see with or without. You see the conflict is constant, even with the roughest of times.
Outstanding. I'll see you there in a minute. Okay. Bye. That's a principal of my high school. You know, it's really neat going back and talking to them because, you know, you never know how... I wasn't going to say I was the best kid or the worst kid, but certainly I wasn't the kid they would have pegged and said, this kid's going to make something out of himself. I was a good athlete, but how far is that really going to get you in life? So that's why this is a cool thing for me, because I can show them where I've been and hopefully maybe get a chance to give back to my high school and start getting involved in that community as well. It's one thing to get involved in a community where they all need you because they're suffering. It's something else to get involved in a place like this where everyone is pretty well off, and to show them that, look, you can't just ride your parents' coattails. You got to get out there and do it yourself. So welcome to Walnut Creek. It's going to be fun seeing my old stomping grounds and showing my family where I grew up. Like, I could say that senior year was the biggest impact in my life, even to this day. Just the things we learned and how we trained. You can't say you could train any harder. I mean, we were running 2 miles in the morning, then lifting, then practice after.
Yeah. Shield the servants in the head or in the hand. By yourself while you can. Why yourself? All the mob bands wax old like the garment. My advice to the harlot: take what you can. Only for a season to be delivered up like a lamb into the feast until we meet him. Jesus washes the nations.
Something in the area here? What are you doing?
We're just hanging out for now. We'll be around though.
Yeah.
Gonna get involved if I can in the program and try and, give back and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. And your family?
They're all good.
Yeah. Hi.
My wife Morgan and
Hi, Morgan.
kids.
Great. Look at you. Look at these three.
I know, it's wild.
Yeah.
Kings and kingdoms that we couldn't imagine. Travel down this yellow brick road for an ounce of gold.
For an ounce.
The Wizard of Oz.
They say I speak with authority. I can't help it, homie. God's hand took a hold of me. Put me in the game, drops the spirit and it's pulling me. Put me in my seat, my enemy sits before me and it's real. And that's just how we roll. We kingdom-minded on a mission you cannot control. I see a slave say a soul for an ounce to go, but never take the path of freedom.
All right, we're leaving the city. Had an amazing day seeing my parents, having my kids experience my life, my hood where I grew up, and what makes me who I am today. So I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about bringing the mortgage revolution back home and show people that, you really can have it all if you work hard and you follow a very disciplined system that really starts with who you are, organic growth, and building relationships. That's what I came back to do, reinforce my relationships, show my town, show my community what I've become, and guess what? Revolution's coming to town near you. Can't wait. Let's do it, baby.